I'm not always sure what I'm doing. Most of the time, I'm really not. I just know that I want to feel good, and I want to make things, and I want to be loved. And I want people to be kinder to themselves and to each other. I think we all want to be seen, but sometimes it's easier to hide. Sometimes it's easier to shrink or laugh things off or pretend we don't care. But we do. We care so much it hurts sometimes, and maybe that's what makes us human. So I make things with my hands because it helps, because it reminds me that I'm here, because a little clay mushroom tucked in a rock in a mountaintop feels like a small way of saying, I see you, I'm here too. I think a lot of us feel this need to be seen, to feel like what we do matters. And I get that. I feel that way too. But there's also something really beautiful about creating without needing a response. These little mushrooms are my way of practicing that. A way of saying, I made this, I loved it, and I let it go. I used to keep everything that I made. I let it pile up on shelves and boxes in the corners of spaces and rooms, but these mushrooms don't want to stay with me. They want to go out into the world. They want to hide, to vanish, to soften. A reminder that we can still connect with the world in simple ways. I've spent a lot of time and energy trying to do things that matter, trying to fix, to heal, to fight. And I care deeply. Sometimes I forget that the small things can matter too, sometimes just as much. I can make someone laugh. I can make a silly little surprise moment for them. I can let go of needing anything back. The point isn't to be discovered. The point is to participate, to place something in the world and trust it'll land where it needs to. These mushrooms hold a kind of memory, not just my memory, but the memory of fire, of earth, of time. They don't really explain themselves, and they just kind of exist as little symbols of play, of care, and of letting go. I think we leave pieces of ourselves in more places than we realize. We leave pieces of ourselves in people we've loved, and friends we've lost, and people we've grown apart from, and the versions of ourselves that we used to be. We inevitably leave a trace even when we try not to leave a trace. So I like to make things simply because it feels good to make them. I like to give gifts to people I love just because it feels good. And because everything we love will leave or change eventually, and peace might just come from knowing that, and creating anyway, and loving anyway. The gift is in the offering, the practice of love, of unconditional love, and the quiet act of saying, I was here, I saw you, I care for you. And maybe that's the trace that I want to leave behind, you know? What matters the most to me, what I do with this one life. You know, I think for a while I believed that meaning had to be heavy, that to do something meaningful it had to be serious, it had to fix something big, it had to last forever. But lately I've been wondering if that's just another trap, another way of needing to prove that I'm enough to anybody who will listen, another way of holding on too tightly to something that's really not for me. This isn't going to change the world, but it's changed my world a little. It's helped me remember that even when I feel small or lost or unsure of myself, that I can still choose to give something meaningful, to create a little crack in the ordinary, to remind someone or even just myself that wonder is still possible and it's still out there. And for now, I'm really proud of that. Okay, I love you.